Welcome back to my channel. This is Christina with Christina Budgets. And on this channel, we plan with intention and we spend with purpose to help meet our financial goals and on our journey towards becoming debt-free. I'm so happy that you're here with me today. Today's video is going to be a budget with me where I'm going to sit down and take the paychecks for this week and give every dollar a job so that we end up with a zero-based budget in total. How was everybody's weekend? How was the 4th of July? We did not do anything last weekend and it was great. One of my children play travel baseball and the month of June was chaotic. It was crazy. We spent a lot of time not home on the weekends, hotels, eating out, things like that. And 4th of July weekend, we had zero plans. It was amazing. So much so that it actually felt weird and awkward. I even made a comment to my husband on Sunday that I feel like I'm forgetting to do something because we didn't have anything going on. So that was fun. Our 4th of July here, I'm in the Midwest, was rainy. We did have some storms. Our town has a 4th of July carnival every year, so my daughter really wanted to go to that. She used her money to buy the armband because we knew that rain was coming and that she probably wouldn't get to ride very many rides, but that was her choice, and she got the armbands. I don't know if you guys have been to like little carnivals lately, but holy moly, the tickets for the rides are so expensive. And the armbands were $30 for like, I think our town had like 6 rides, maybe. But if you bought just tickets, it was $4 for one ticket. It was insane. Like, and the rides aren't even that good in my opinion, but she had a good time. That's really all that matters. She spent her money on it. That's what she wanted to do. And she got a good hour in of riding pretty much the same rides. But, and of course, you know, the lemon shake up side of things was really why mom wanted to go. But so we did that, got rained out, came back home. We did not watch the fireworks in our town, but the houses around us were setting off fireworks. So we still got to see some fireworks and things like that. And then Sunday, we didn't do anything. We literally watched TV all day and kind of vegetated. And it was great. It was refreshing and it was very much needed. So without further ado, today we're going to do, it's paycheck number 2. We get paid on Fridays. I am paid bi-weekly. My husband is paid weekly. So the way that I have it worked out is that all of our bills come out of my checks or when we both get paid. And then the weeks that we only get paid with his check, then we use that money just for cash stuffing. So you will see in my videos that one week we have a little bit more to cash stuff and then other weeks we have a little bit less to cash stuff, especially when he has a short week of checks because of how his work schedule is. Some weeks he gets paid for 4 days and some weeks he gets paid for 3. So it kind of varies, but I want to be able to put out a video every week. So that's how we are going to make this work for now. And then we'll adjust as time goes on, feel what's best for our family moving forward. So grab my pen. Sorry about that. This pen was a new one, so it had one of the things still on the tip. Okay, so for his check this week, he got paid $817. So that is what we are going to cash stuff today. I have been searching for a planner that would work best for my cash stuffings. Everything that I would always find just didn't seem to fit the aesthetic that I wanted or didn't fit like the cash budgeting side of things. So I decided to make one. So I made my own planner and it's still a work in progress. We're trying it today. This is the first time that I'm using it and we'll see how it goes. And then I'll make tweaks along the way, but I am very happy with it. As you can tell, there's multiple pages to it, but today we're just using the paycheck budget. Okay, so out of the $817, one thing that we do leave in the bank is our gas money. Mostly because where we live, you have to prepay before you can pump gas. And instead of having to walk into the gas station and give them a certain amount of money and then go back and get change, we just leave this money in the bank. But also because we use an app called Upside. And if you don't have it yet, I highly recommend it. You basically get cash back on your gas. So what you do is you link your card to Upside. And whenever I get into Upside, it tells me what gas stations participate. It tells me how much I can get back cents-wise per gallon. Sometimes it's 1 cent. And then sometimes here lately, it's been between 12 and 15 cents per gallon. And then once you submit it, they do their thing on their end, and then it goes into a bank. And with that bank, you can cash it out into your bank account. I believe you can possibly do like gift cards and things like that. And it's not just for gas. Like if you go in the gas station and buy stuff, you can also get money back from that. Some restaurants have it, some grocery stores. I know Schnucks is one that participates in it as well. So it's basically getting money back on your purchases. It really takes very minimal effort. So I highly recommend it. I do have a code down below in the description box if you don't have it already that helps you earn, I want to say there's so much that you get back on your first tank of gas. It adds to that. So if you're interested, check out the description link below. But for gas this week, we are budgeting $75. Both of us have cars and we live closer to our jobs. So that usually will last us for the whole week. All right, so get the calculator going here. 817 minus 75. So that leaves us $742 to budget between our categories. And when we have the smaller paychecks, I'm a little bit more selective of what categories actually get money. I make sure that we have food to eat, that we have stuff for household. If I have any known expenses coming up, like the dogs need food or we have back to school coming up or things like that, then that's going to take priority. So not every envelope is going to get stuffed. And unfortunately, that is the reality of the situation. One thing that I have learned with watching cash stuffings and just social media and things like that is comparison is the thief of joy. Everybody's journey is different. My journey is different than the next person's. If you watch any cash stuffing videos, some people have been doing it for a long time. They have their systems in place and it works for them. Others, like me, we have been doing cash stuffing for a year, but now we are really just focused. We're focused on getting this debt paid off. I'm tired of making payments on past purchases. I'm tired of giving my money to everybody else and not living the life that we want to live. So for us, with all the debt, we have a lot of payments coming out. So our cash stuffing journey looks a little bit different. You do not need the fancy setup to start. You can use envelopes that are for like sending mail, or even I was scrolling on Instagram one night and one page that I came across was very refreshing. She had the bank teller envelopes that we get our money in. She used those. Those work just as well too. So you don't have to have the binders. You don't have to have the envelopes with the inserts and the things like that to get started. And start small. If you feel overwhelmed by it, start small. Maybe take and make your grocery money and use it cash so that you're intentionally spending on your groceries. And then as you get into a rhythm, you can increase your categories. I know that when I first started, I felt like I needed everything. And that kind of defeated the purpose because I was spending money on things that I didn't need. But I like the envelopes. It keeps me coming back into it, right? So you want to make it fun. One thing that I would love to get into is savings challenges. But right now, I just don't have the money to purchase the savings challenges. So I taught myself with YouTube videos and things like that how to make my own envelopes, how to make my own inserts, make my planner and things like that so that if I wanted it, I could make it. And then also down the road, if I wanted to make myself a couple savings challenges that I can, I want to be able to support all the amazing creators on YouTube. There's so many cute savings challenges out there. There's a lot of freebies out there as well. There are so many amazing creative people out there that I do want to support. So that is one of my goals moving forward, but not until we get some stuff paid down. So until then, it's going to be more of just stuffing my envelopes for what they are intended. I do have one savings challenge that I got from Sav Saves. It's her Dr. Seuss book. It's this book right here that I am using to help fund our Christmas envelope. This book will save about $650 once it's completed, and I'm a little bit behind on it. So we're not stuffing it this week. I am stuffing it on bi-weekly paychecks unless I can fit it into the weekly ones. Okay, so for the next step, so I have our gas because we have to be able to get to work. Then next we're going to do groceries. So groceries I try to do between $250 and $300 each week. We are pretty bare this week, so we're actually going to do $300 instead of the $250 in groceries. So that leaves us $442. Household, I do have money still in the household envelope, and I try to keep this around $100. So we're going to add, I think there is 50. There's 57 in this envelope right now. So we're just going to add 50 to that. All right, $392. Sports. I am still putting money in sports. My son has an all-state travel ball tournament coming up in a couple weeks that we need to fund. And he has fall ball starting. So for sports, we're going to put 20. Hair care, I do have a hair appointment coming up, so I do need to beef this envelope up a little bit. So for hair care, we're going to put 10. So we're at $362. This week, we're going to skip clothing. We're going to skip medical because my husband's HSA just refreshed. So that's what we use for most of our medical now. But I am going to work on beefing this up as we're using the HSA so that there'll be a good cushion in here by the time we need to use this envelope. We're not stuffing gifts this week. For our envelopes and the kids' envelopes, the kids get paid bi-weekly as well with their allowance. So we're not stuffing that this week, nor are we giving money to ourselves just because the budget didn't allow it this week. Buffer is, let's do $10 in buffer. So $352. We're not going to stuff kiddos and we're not going to stuff eating out because we don't have the budget's tighter, so we don't need to be eating out. We need to be eating at home, especially if we're spending that much on groceries. All right, for our savings, we have ER fund and Christmas are our two main savings right now. Emergency fund. Let's do, I think our emergency fund is almost at 200. Let's see. So I made a cute little tracker because I would like to get $1,000 in here. So each of these little circles is 10. So we're $10 away from having $200 in our emergency fund. So why don't we put 10 in there this week? So we're at $342. Christmas we're going to skip this week just because we didn't have it in the budget to do. All right. So house maintenance is getting skipped this week. Pool, we do need to put money into pool because we're going to have to get some chlorine soon. So let's do $20 in pool. And then in car we're going to skip this week. Pets, we're going to throw money in because they are going to need food soon. So we're going to do $50 in pets. Getaways, we are saving up for this tournament that we're going to because it's about 5 hours from our house. So for getaways, we're going to put $82. Back to school, because it's July and where I live, the kids go back to school in August. So for back to school, we're going to put 50 because I don't know about you guys, but school supplies are expensive. And I feel like the list gets bigger and bigger every year. I totally understand why. Like teachers don't have the money to have to get supplies for their classroom. So I'm not against it at all. I just think, man, every year the list just seems to get bigger and bigger. And the kids need clothes. My kids haven't had new clothes in a while, and both of them have hit growth spurts. So we're definitely in an expensive season of our lives, and really getting a handle on our finances, getting a handle on our budget is going to help make that feel a little less cumbersome. School fee. So my son is going to a private high school, and we're going to have to pay for the fees before too long. So I need to start putting money in this envelope. So let's do $100 to get it started. The good thing about his school is that you don't have to pay the fee for the entire year all up front. Like, they'll break it up into payments. So that's good. But I want to get that started. So $100. Birthday. My son's birthday is coming up next month. So I need to beef up this envelope. We're going to put 20 today. And then, let's see, we got 20 left. Okay, let's add these up. So 75, 350, 20, 10, 10, 10, 20, 50, 82, 50, 120, minus 817. So yeah, we have $20 left. So let's go ahead and stuff house maintenance, just because, again, it's not if something's going to happen, it's when something's going to happen. So we're going to total these all up, 300, 50, 20, 10, and 10. So this is 390. Our savings is 10. Our bills, which we don't have bills that are coming out of this check, but I'm using the bills section as what we're leaving in the bank. And then our sinking funds is 40, 50, 82, 50, 100, 20 is 342. And unfortunately, no money is going towards debt this week. So then down here, you basically just have everything. And my goal is to have this box right here be, can you see? Sorry, just making sure that you can see that. That this box down here is 0. So total income is 817. Total bills is 75. Cash stuffing categories is 390. Total sinking funds is 342. Total savings is 10. And we don't have any debt. So we're going to take 817 minus 75 minus 390 minus 342 minus 10. And that gives us a 0-based budget. So that is our budget. So what I will do next off camera is I will do a cash breakdown sheet. So for the cash, let me find it. There it is. So the cash breakdown sheet looks like this. And basically you just put the category, and then I'll write out the denominations that I need. And then I will use that to go to the bank. With my bank, I use, hold on just a second. When I go to the bank, I have this adorable bag from Lily Budgets that I put the check in, and then this is also from Lily Budgets. This is from last time, so I need to clean it off. But it puts my denominations there, and then I leave it inside the bag so that the bank teller knows what I need as far as the denominations in each bill. So, all right, well, thank you so much for being here today. That's the end of this video. If you hung out until the end, thank you so much. I'm so excited to get this channel up and going, to bring you along on my journey through this whole process of really meeting our goals. Again, I started this channel to help hold me accountable and just to bring you guys along for the journey. So if you are new here, welcome. If you would, please like this video and subscribe if you would like to see more. And just help me really grow this channel and be a part of this journey. Bye.